Okay, so what we have here is my entire arm, and what I need to do now is basically do some work in moving a magazine from here down into here. Now I'm going to make some adjustments to this actual bolter once I've built the magazine itself. I'm not going to mess around first of all though, because I need to build the magazine. So what I'm going to do is build an actual magazine to come through here, and I'm going to start with a box. Let's drag it out from here, straight down. Okay, that's probably going to be fine for what I need. Convert to edible poly, isolate it. Actually, I'll isolate it, but I'll just leave these two parts with it as well. There we go. That way I've got all the parts I need in the scene. Now with this selected, do a bend round about 90 degrees. Not often I use the bend modifier. There we go. Convert to edible poly. Okay, now a couple of ways we can do this, but really I want a heavy-duty industrial looking jobby going on, so I'm going to grab this and this and this and this and this all the way down. Drop into perspective and zoom on it. Do a quick loop. And I'm going to chamfer it in. Or maybe extrude it. I think I'll extrude it actually. Right about there. Right, now I can do a little chamfer on the inside. About there. I'm going to grab here and do a loop and a ring and a chamfer. Okay, and that gives us this shape here, which is what I want, to be honest. Okay, now I'm going to make two of them, so shift and move along. Then I'm going to attach them together. The other one's an instance, obviously, so let's just collapse it as an instance. There we go. Okay, and these are our feed hoses from the main magazine stored in the back of the shoulder unit. So, pardon me, what I'm going to do next is go to this viewport here. Actually, before I do, if we look, they're offset, yeah, so that's where it needs to be against the magazine. Don't worry, that isn't going to cause a problem. I'm just letting you know in advance that there's an offset there. Okay, we need to draw some bones out. So animation, bone tools. I'm going to hit F3. Create some bones. I'm not going to create many. There we go. Now what I'll do is I'll make an IK solver. Once I've exited out of the bone tools. Okay, animation, IK solver, HI solver. Let's go down to the end of here. So as you can see, that's going to work the way I want it to. Not very smooth, but you can make yours smoother, okay? Right, now to business, as they say. Grab this, which is our PF ammo belt, and I'm going to apply a skin modifier to it. That basically allows us to stuff these bones inside it. And I'm going to add all the bones like that. What this now means is if I grab this, you'll notice it moves the ammo belt, yeah? Because we haven't stuck too many polygons and too many other things inside it, it's not going to deform and look like bum either. Okay, that's fine. Let's exit isolation mode now and drop into perspective and zoom. Whee! I probably should have moved these bones along actually into the arm, because at the moment I can't. So let's just delete the skin modifier on this. And you'll notice it leaps back into its original position. I'll just reset this first. There we go. Right, now let's move this entire rig inside here. Basically, this is for my own benefit. We can do it the other way, but there you go. Okay, now skin. Yo, skin. There we go. Add our bones. Okay, and now this is set up again. Very basic bone rig, but it works, and that's all that matters. Okay, next. I need to select these. I'm going to link this to our actual shoulder unit. Make sure I'm in perspective. And I'm going to get our piece here and basically line it up with our magazine, which is going to be about here. Now this is a harder piece because I obviously have to build the magazine to accept this. Now I was aware, thankfully, that my bolter was the wrong scale and slightly too small, so I can adjust this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just need to rename my IK chain. And this is PF ammo belt control. Right, now go down here. What I'm going to do is move my gun into a relaxed pose. And then I can build my ammo belt into my gun, which will be about here. Okay, so first things first. I'm going to increase the size of the actual bolter unit. By increasing the size of it, obviously it's going to make it easier for me to have the ammo belt come into this. Okay, next. There we go. Now this is this is where it's going to come into, just here. So I'm just going to bring that to there. And then I can get editing on this. Okay, just extrude it. As we see, it's not quite wide enough to accept there, so what I'm going to have to do is take out these inside parts. Delete those. Now I'm going to isolate this part for a bit, just so I can work with it slightly easier. So at this point it's important that we don't get basically the kind of ho-ho gigantic gun effect that I'm really trying to avoid. Obviously this is a gigantic gun, but you know what I mean. Or not. You may not know what I mean. Don't worry. Here, just straighten this out. Bring this down. Get a perspective. Wait for autosave to do its funky thing. There we go. Now, what I need to do is bring this down further. Once I've done that, I'm going to have to kind of combine these parts in. So I'm just opening this bit out so that I can use it in a minute. Alright. Such a logistical challenge, which is kind of what makes it fun. There. It's also quite good fun making kind of snap design change decisions just out of nowhere. Okay, back down to these bottom parts again. I've got one there. And one here. What I'm going to do is bring these down. To about there. And then I'm going to start straightening up these verts. Just like so. Then straighten the inside ones, because otherwise it'll look terrible. This would be so much easier if my Microsoft trackball wasn't being intentionally crap on me. I love the Microsoft trackball, and they're really hard to get new ones, but it's a pain in the arse sometimes. Okay, exit isolation mode again for a minute. See how we're doing. Woohoo, we're getting there. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to isolate these parts now. Okay, and what I need to do here is grab this one and this one, and I'm going to bridge them. And this one, I'm going to bridge that too. Bring that down to about there. Bring that to about there. Okay, now we can start bridging this in. Good old interactive bridging tool, and it's random decisions on when to work and not to work. There we are. Gives us that shape, which is a good shape. Now this is a twisted polygon. I've got to be very careful how I make it. There, now it won't be twisted anymore. Bridge there, and then here. Do a quick ring and a connect, which will enable me in turn to grab here and do a weld. Then a little bit of capping out here and here. Okay, now, because we've got this enormous funky shape going on at the back here, which makes it look more like a handgun, I'm going to do some adjustments to the shape, basically for the sakes of ergonomics on it, because at the minute it's just far too chunky. I would not accept this as a model. Okay, I'm going to start getting rid of some of these. I'm just going to target weld them out. And by doing this, it will straighten the appearance of this one up a bit. Okay, jump into perspective. There's an improvement. Do the same again over here. There we go. Now at the back here we've got this part which I'm going to have to straighten. Thankfully, as we've already proved, straightening these parts is ridiculously easy. Used to be that I'd have to use things like, you know, flatten, what is it, make planar, that was it, make planar. I used to use that an awful lot. Now, I don't. Ha ha ha. Take 2 sets of shampoo to the bathroom, not me. Because I don't have any hair. Right. This can come down a little bit. Not too much. The top here. Let's see. Where's that piece now? There it is. Slide it in a bit more. Slide it back a little bit. To about there. Okay, now I'm going to link this to our gun. Okay, that way when the gun moves, everything else will move too. Just in case you were wondering. See? And as we can see, we're going to need to make a kind of floating cowl for this. So I'm going to put that there. Do that again. Yeah, it definitely needs a kind of floating cowl on here. It's probably going to have to come back even further as well. Or I can restructure the inside. I think probably restructuring the inside is going to be a better idea. Let's clean away some of these verts that we don't want then. Because as you can see now, we have a verty nightmare mess. Let's go around and clean this up. Okay, clean this. As you see, it's becoming a lot easier to see what we're doing now. Okay, let's grab these verts. We can just move them along like so, and move these up. Okay. Next, take this to about here. And I'm going to select this part and just cap it. Select it again. Oops. I need a good sleep after this. So much thinking on my feet tends to make my brain a bit tired. There we go. Grow this out. Flatten it again. Grab here, just widen it a tiny bit. Do a quick connect here. Flatten it. Bring it down. Break it down. There we go. Now I'm going to grab here and extrude. And then I'm going to hinge from edge. No, I think 1 segment will do. Okay, that's fine. Now cut. Serious business. Take this away. Another cut. There we are. Okay, let's see how this works. Much better. It's breaking through there a little bit, but we can resolve that by bringing this back a little bit more, I think. There we go. And let's just grab the top shoulder join, make sure that that works as well. It works okay. It'll need limitations on its movement to a degree, but apart from that it's okay. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Next way I'll show you how to do it using just a hose.